Hey, it's Steve Messinio from YourBizSuccessCoach.com, and this is step 9 for the 10 steps for building a six-figure income online program or six-figure business online. Today we're going to talk about tracking, okay? And everything you do with your marketing of your business, you need to be able to track it, all right? And you need a tracking mechanism for all of your marketing efforts, because if you don't understand how people are responding to your marketing message, then you are basically, shooting blind. Okay, you're basically you won't know and understand your target market. You won't understand their wants or needs if you're not tracking. Okay, so if you say build a landing page and you put it out there on the internet and somebody clicks a link to that landing page and it's not great, well, you'll know it's not great if you're tracking it, because that'll tell if they responded to it or not. But if you don't track it, then you have no idea. Okay, and so you could have thought you created a wonderful landing page, but at the end of the day, it stunk, and now you're in trouble because you're not gaining new leads, and therefore you're not gaining new customers. So you want to be able to put a tracking link on everything you do from an internet marketing basis, and there are a bunch of different tools you can use to do that. So one of the things you want to think about is Google Analytics. Okay, and that's a way you can look at your links from your blog and see what people are clicking on, see how they're responding to it. You can use lead tracking software such as HyperTracker, whereas if you have specific links to landing pages or squeeze pages that you build or other advertising you have online, you can track how those pages are being responded to, and you can tell if people are converting into leads or customers just by using that tracking link and setting up appropriately in the HyperTracker software. And there are other tracking softwares you can use as well. In WordPress, there's a tracking software called PrettyLink, which has two benefits. One, it allows you to track the number of clicks that people click on your link, but also two, it allows you to basically hide the name of your link. So you can create a prettier looking URL using PrettyLink instead of a long drawn out one that may include an affiliate code on it and so forth. So PrettyLink is a good WordPress plugin. In Facebook ads, Facebook does a great job of providing a tracking mechanism for your advertising, so you can go into the Facebook Ads Manager and see the stats on your ads, and that will tell you if there's a good click-through rate and people are responding and you're getting a lot of clicks. Then you've done a good job with your ad. If you're not getting it at minimum a 0.1 click-through rate, you might want to reconsider doing that ad, and don't wait a long time for that. When you do a Facebook ad, you want to keep it, you should be able to determine within a few hours to a day whether the ad is worthwhile or not, and if people are responding to it appropriately. So you got to think about that. And then, of course, if you get the right autoresponder like Infusionsoft or Aweber, they have the right tracking link mechanisms in there, so you can understand how people are responding to your ads and if they're making purchases or not. So tracking is hugely important for really understanding how your marketing efforts are going and if people are responding to the product or service that you are providing. And most often it's two things that are to consider. One, you may not have the right target audience, so that's you might want to figure out what exactly your audience wants or needs are, and so that your messages are relevant to them. And two, it also could be a situation where your your message on whatever you're promoting isn't, again, relatively relevant to your audience, and so they'll look at the squeeze page or landing page or email message link and they'll be like, well, that doesn't apply to me. So tracking really gives you the information you need to determine that, and it's going to be a lot of testing. You want to split test your different lead pages, your different squeeze pages, your different email messages. And what I mean by split testing is create different little variations of different messages and see what works best with your target audience. Okay, so that's in a nutshell tracking. And basically, once you find the right solution, you'll be able to track and how it turns into dollars. So. And if it finds something that works, you keep on doing it until it stops working. That's the other beauty of tracking. Once you get the information that, hey, that particular campaign or that particular ad worked, great. You can continue to reproduce it and use it over and over again in various forms as long as your market responds to it. So. And so that's about it. You also want to do with your ads is determine your cost. So, okay, tracking allows you to determine your cost for your advertisement. So for example, if you are running a solo ad and you have a link in that solo ad that you're tracking, and you're getting 500 clicks for the solo ad, and you want to determine based on the 500 clicks how many people actually opted in to your email. So if you got 250 clicks, 500 clicks and you got 250 leads, well, that's great. That's a 50% opt-in rate. That's a solo ad provider you probably want to continue to work with. If you only got 20%, well, that's not so great. You may want to reconsider working with them. So that's the importance of tracking and using the software that's out there for helping you determine if your advertising is working, if it's providing a return on the investment. There are some systems out there that'll do all this for you: the marketing, the tracking, the determining, if you're getting a return on investment, and you don't have to do any of the setup work, what have you. If you're interested in that particular program, I'm going to leave a link for you below the video, and we'll see you in step 10 with the final video coming up.